I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by J. Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime! Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast, Friday edition. Mike and Jay and Eric and Timko. Whole group here. How you doing, Jay?
Hey, Mike, I'm well. What's up?
Oh, man. Long day. Warm one. Hopefully we have a nice weekend. It'd be nice to get a nice weekend, make the rain go away, and hopefully we got that. And it's, what, Father's Day this weekend?
No.
No? Is that next weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
But I'm glad you thought of it early and not late.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, really. Hey, Eric, how are you, buddy? Anything exciting for either of you? Jay, did you do anything fun over the week or yesterday, last night?
I really didn't,
No.
except for to encourage Eric to do what he did today, which was awesome.
Yeah.
He was so shocked.
Yeah.
Because I got a text from him saying, "Hey, did you end up going to court today?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I did."
For those that aren't aware,
sorry, yeah.
No, that's all right. The case started, the trial of Lakes Minivan USA, and which is just awful. I don't know what's so chuckle-worthy about that, but Lakes Minivan USA, of course, the monster that murdered his family, slit their throats in
Unquestionably.
Novi.
It's undisputed.
Yeah, he's saying, I was crazy. I must have been crazy. I love my family. And then he hopped a flight to India, and they tracked him down and brought him back. And he's in a Novi courtroom, Lakes Minivan USA, and that's
Pontiac.
Well,
courtroom.
it's actually a circuit court. Is it Oakland Circuit Court? Yeah.
Oh, listen to Mr. Expert over here.
I know.
now.
Yeah.
Well, I had to look it up today and drive there. So.
And so yesterday we were
Did you
talking.
call ahead like I suggested?
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
call
you
in
did.
the morning. Although the funny thing is, I couldn't read what you asked me to ask, so it ended up me just kind of going, "Is there like a court or something today?" And the guy's like, for who, and I kind of miss you. I try to say like Lakes Minivan, and then he just finished it for me. And then I asked what time it started, and he's like 1:30. I'm like, "Oh, good. I just wanted to," and he's like, "Well, it's already started. The trial started a few days ago." I'm like, "I know. I just wanted to know for myself or something."
Well, I don't remember how it started. If it was, we were hoping that someone in the jury pool would have heard of the
Could have
Detroit
been
Cast.
tainted.
Yeah, and would have heard us calling him Lakes Minivan USA, because that's what his name looks like. If you look at it, I was trying to pronounce it one day on the show.
Silent H.
Silent H, but other than that, it really looks like his name is Lakes Minivan USA. So that's his name now. And so we were saying that if anybody listens to the Detroit Cast, how could you not just laugh out loud if you were in that courtroom hearing that?
The clerk gets up and calls case number such and such, the people versus Lakes Minivan USA.
Because Jay can't stop laughing every time I said the guy's name.
I
You'd
can't
lose
handle
it. And so you and Eric started talking about how it's an open courts in America are open. You could literally go there, and I think you suggested, Eric, you should go to the court. And he's like, I will. And I knew that he absolutely meant what he said when he said, I will, I'll go. And you didn't believe him, but he went.
He went, man.
I saw Mr. Lakes Minivan USA walk out.
Does he look like a murderer?
He looked like the picture. I will say, I said to Jay, the weirdest thing to me about it was like, because in this trial, there's no dispute that he killed them. The dispute is just whether he's mental or not. So seeing a guy walk right by me that, like, I know he did this stuff was pretty crazy.
It's kind of chilling, right?
It was kinda weird.
Imagine him with a knife in his hand.
Right.
Were you looking at his hands for the bandages
No,
or anything? It was a few years ago, but still.
Right.
He was busy staring at the prosecutor.
Well, I did, and that's the other thing I said to Jay. The head prosecutor for the people, not looking too bad.
Oh, really hot?
Yeah,
what's his name?
I don't remember her name. It was real funny. It was a lady.
Oh, okay.
But she was a blonde, and
isn't that Jessica Cooper? Is that Jay?
No, she's the head. She's the head of it, but she's.
I don't know. You know, they said her name.
Not for that case, though.
Right.
Yeah.
They said her name, of course, at the beginning, but I had not paid attention.
Yeah.
But she was not bad looking.
And were you flirting with her?
I should have.
Were you able to keep quiet, by the way? Did you represent the Detroit Cast professionally?
I was able to keep quiet the whole thing. Although I did notice that the one, the police guy there, sheriff,
bailiff?
yeah, that was right next to the Lakes Minivan USA. He definitely stared me down a few times, but I could see that. Like, there's like 3 other people in the court. One was a witness. One looked like she was like somebody working for a paper maybe, and then me just sitting in the back by myself, nothing in hand. You know?
he's sitting there assessing any and all risk, and of course he's going to look to you and be like, "Oh,
Because I would just
gotta watch the
doing here?"
freak,
right,
man."
just sitting there in black pants and a black shirt, but I have no notes. I'm just kind of sitting
Yeah.
there. So
Did they ever say his name in court?
yes, they did.
They did? Did
They-
you chuckle to yourself?
I kept quiet, but of course in my mind, but they absolutely did say it a few times.
Did any jurors chuckle or indicate
Not that I
they
could tell.
No?
Not that I could
And
tell.
what's the jury makeup?
I told it. Yeah, I said it was odd to me. I felt like because there was only one Indian-looking guy. Because he's like Indian or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
The rest of it was all white. Guy and girl pretty much half mixed, but I thought it was definitely an older jury, like some 50 and 60-year-old.
Those are the
Yeah.
people showing up for jury duty.
Is that
A lot
it?
of
Is that
people
the deal?
scam out on it. and-
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, yep. Anyway, but sorry.
Did it sound like Lakes Minivan USA? I'm intrigued by this name. Did it actually sound close to Lakes Minivan USA?
They try to word it, of course, how they try to say it. No, it's like,
Yeah.
But you can hear that kind of Minivan USA, like you can hear some of it in it. Like they try to say it all proper, with us, but you can hear
in
some
there.
of it.
It's in there.
If you're paying attention, like the only reason I was there to do, you can hear it.
Nice. We're making a mockery of the justice system here.
But
But what we did hear is that Lakes Minivan USA is taking the stand.
right, but she pretty much has to because it's an insane. He's going for
What do you-
insanity,
what-
so he has to because
Yeah, he's got to get up on the stand and they can just ask him, "Are you Lakes Minivan USA?" And he just goes, "Blah, blah, 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 blah,
right.
I'm crazy."
Starts
Blah, blah, blah."
roaring like Chewbacca.
Yeah, I didn't think he looked crazy to me. By the way, and the few different times that he was,
not good for Lakes
doing
Minivan
the-
USA.
kind of talking to his attorney or
Mhm.
lawyer, whatever. He didn't seem. What will he say? He'll say it was temporary insanity, maybe, or I
Yeah.
don't know. But
If you get a chance to talk to Lakes Minivan USA, you should tell him to just to help his case. He should
Right.
shit in his hands and wipe it on his face or
Something.
Slip
something.
him a note or something.
Yeah.
I
Give him
think-
a chance.
I'm sure that's acceptable.
Yeah, that's The
I just
bailiff
go
will
to the-
tackle your ass.
Just go to the attorney. Don't worry about it.
Timco passed me a note here. Trisha Dare, the assistant prosecutor.
Okay.
Is that who the cute one is? Dare.
She
She's
was
quoted.
She was the main one. So there was 2 girls and a guy. So there was 3 people total on the people's side. And
Yeah.
she was the only one, getting up and talking. So
Well, she's quoted a lot in the paper.
so maybe that would be her.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen her.
Right.
But the beautiful thing is you're returning on Tuesday
Yeah.
to hear my man testify.
Well, yeah, because she said it was pretty short today. There was only 2 witnesses, and at the end she said, guys, this is still going to only go a week. We're going to be back on Tuesday because he has to take the stand. He's taking the stand.
Yeah.
And good news is also it's early morning, so I'll be able to get it in before we record. So it's early morning Tuesday, so I'm going to be there.
I can't wait. What and lastly, we'll move on. You can't get record. They won't let you record anything.
No.
Are you even allowed to have your phone in
Nope.
there?
Only,
Do they take your phone?
lawyers can take it.
Oh, well,
Maybe I
of
should take the
course.
day off and
There you
head
go.
down with Eric.
Do you want to sit next to Eric in court? Would they
Be a
let you have
be
your
a
phone
good
on?
use of resources, right?
They let you have your phone.
Yeah, I
even
could
if you're
take
not
my
in
phone.
there just because you're a lawyer.
Yep.
That's crazy.
See, special treatment. All that money you spend on schooling.
Yeah.
Look
got
at the
me some-
rewards. You could bring your phone into court.
Hey, is this her, Eric?
In the middle.
No, on the right.
No, the guy with the tie on.
Yeah, that's her. I think that's her.
Yeah, that one.
I think that's her.
That's
No, that's definitely no.
The one in
Yeah.
the middle. Yeah, she's cute.
Yeah, and I have to say I think that is her, but she was she was even better looking in person though than that picture.
Really?
I would say.
You should go for it. See what you can do. Tell her
Take,
you're
take
you're
your
rooting
business
for her.
card.
I'll
Yeah.
slip it up there.
Change your
She'll be
underwear.
impressed.
You'll
Change
be
her
good to
underwear.
go.
I very specifically, and I still couldn't tell. She had I very specifically when she was in plain sight tried to see if she had a wedding ring on.
My man's a player, dude.
And
Yeah.
I couldn't quite tell. I saw a ring, but I couldn't tell if it was.
Looks like a ring, but
She's got a ring.
Yeah,
That doesn't
I thought
stop you, dude.
But, no, but
don't
it
let
just,
that hold you down.
Anyway.
Well, awesome. I can't wait for an update on Tuesday then when Lakes Minivan USA takes the stand himself, and we'll have an inside guy. We'll have
Hell
a
yeah.
reporter on the inside. I love
It's
it.
gonna be good.
Yeah. Well, good, dude. I'm glad you went, and I can't wait for the updates. We're starting to see some reports on our boy Jonah Hill. I like the fact that on our Facebook page and the Detroit Cast page, you're starting to see people writing in someone want to give Jonah his balls back or send him his balls back. But I knew this was going to happen. Starting to see articles coming out, and they're judging how his apology tour is going. Finally, a sincere celebrity apology. Jonah Hill does it right on The Tonight Show. And this is in one of the New York papers, of course. Jonah Hill raised the bar on celebrity apologies. The star's emotional mea culpa on The Tonight Show drew applause from what appeared to be a genuine remorse after hurling a homophobic slur at a photographer. Suck my dick, you faggot. Hill's shame spiral hit all the right notes in an age when loose-lipped celebs often make lame excuses. Donald Sterling, issue an apology in a tweet, Justin Bieber, or use wiggle words like, I apologize if anyone was offended. Too many to count. Sterling whined to Anderson Cooper that he was baited. I didn't know what I was doing into making bigoted comments that cost him his job.
Comments.
Yeah, I'm so hurt. I don't know why that woman made... Don! Bieber's apology was worded better, but isn't. It's much
Bieber
easier.
might have another apology coming. I don't know. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to the Biebs. By comparison, Hill was a breath of fresh air. It was a model apology, says Daniel Post Senning of the Emily Post Institute. I was impressed with the sincerity. It was moving. This dude was moved by Jonah Hill's apology. Come on, really? So, let's break it down. This dude's going to break down the apology for us.
Oh, my God.
Please. The first thing Hill did right was face the public head on instead of hiding behind a computer screen. For sensitive or emotional content, getting away from the written word is a powerful choice to make. Doing it in person on TV where people can see him and relate to him indicates how serious he was about giving this apology. His body language also revealed this apology was the real deal. He's an Oscar-winning actor, right?
Yeah, he could pretend he was sorry.
Of all people, yeah, this emotional thing. He is an actor professionally, and this getting out in front of the people and taking the bull by the horns, if you will. You do realize he's on a media blitz right now for the movie.
Right.
Like, he didn't go out there to do an apology tour. It just so happens that the day before his media blitz starts for 22 Jump Street, he has this incident happen. Yeah. So, like, you're giving him all this credit like he did something special. Stop it. His mouth was dry. He looked nervous. He's a pro on TV, so for him to be that way means he couldn't hide his emotions. He wore a suit and got down to business as soon as he stepped on the stage, as opposed to most people who wear sweatpants to the Tonight Show. Like, name
Eric
one.
would. Eric would.
Eric would, but Eric wouldn't be invited to the Tonight Show.
Very true.
Anybody at the Tonight Show that's a guest is going to be wearing a suit. That's like...
Seems like it, yeah.
Right? Everybody wears a suit. It would be weird if he didn't. It was not overpolished. He came dressed in a serious way. He's the king of the joke and went out of his way to show what he did was not funny. And he got down to business as soon as he stepped on the stage, as if he's going to come out and make some jokes first and then bring the crowd down and bring them all in real quick. I got to get serious here for a moment, folks.
Yeah, like
come on. Of course he's going to open with that.
He's going to go into the thing about the movie, and then, by the way, before I get out of here,
yeah.
Sorry.
You know. Jeez. Celebrities are known or famous for their studied apologies. Bill Clinton, Lance Armstrong. What you see a lot in media are people who give rehearsed apologies. The public wants to see an apology that seems natural and sincere. No, that's where you're wrong. The public doesn't want this apology at all.
I was going to say, man.
No, they don't. Sorry, the public doesn't give a shit in the least. It's all the small interest groups and these super sensitive prick assholes out there who want this apology. And it's never good enough anyways. Half the time you're going to lose your job on top of it after you do it in the end anyway, so who cares? It was really brave to speak out and say, if You're a young kid. Use me as an example of what not to do. Blah blah blah. And says now that he's not obligated to do the endless public service announcements. He nailed it as if he was obligated before. That's embarrassing. That we are grown adults, right?
And it's so not brave because this is the predictable response, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Anybody could have seen this coming. He'd be lauded for his, sincerity and his bravery.
That word gets thrown around.
That's right.
Brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brave.
It would have been more brave to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to apologize for that. It was the heat of the moment. I said something.
Exactly.
I got angry, and I did what people do when they're angry. They lash out in that situation, which is what I did. So deal with it. But the idea that I think that's the most unsettling part is like all these adults demanding apologies from each other for everything, as if every guy in America hasn't said faggot 20 times a day. I mean, not now, but growing up, I mean, that's just people did that.
It was kind of a go-to word. Wasn't
it was a very much a go-to word, and I understand times are different and stuff like that. But to act like, oh wow, we need to single people out and hold them accountable for these words. If you went through time, you could find, unlike the N word, for instance, where it's quite possible that people have never used that word. If you tried to like hold people accountable for things like faggot or calling someone a homo, we'd all be screwed many, many, many times over. I just think it's silly that grown adults are forced to do this apology to the nation all the time.
Well, now we apparently have a beautiful model to follow.
Exactly. He nailed
the
it.
Jonah Hill script.
Ugh, how pathetic. How pathetic. And these PSAs, it just... And it's not sincere. It's a reaction to what is perceived to be, oh no, I've hurt my career in some way.
Exactly. It was purely out of fear.
Yeah, you said
could
that
hear it
right
in his
away.
voice.
You could. And that's the disturbing part. It's like if there's really a heartfelt apology, then I don't have a problem with it so much, I guess, in a way, but that's not at the root of it. You just know it's not. But it doesn't stop, and I think too. He says, would it be different if he was saying like, I'm trying to think what would be another thing. I guess the problem is the whole faggot thing. If technically, should that offend you if you're a gay person? Because what he was doing was throwing that at someone, not because he's a gay guy. But the insult would come if you're not gay, right? Isn't that what the insult is meant to be? Like if you're not gay, because if someone called me a pussy eater, how would that be insulting to me? Like if you truly are someone who enjoys men, how is being called a cocksucker a bad thing or a faggot? It's like, wow, you guilty as charged. You called me a faggot. Ooh, wow, great. You're gross. You love pussy. Ugh. Like, how is that insulting in a weird way? I know that sounds strange, but it's...
the whole thing about him throwing out that word, it's not like he was intending to call the guy a gay guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calling you a gay guy. It was just like
Exactly.
dickhead, asshole. It was just
Totally.
It was his go-to word in that moment.
He's never said the word before.
My go-to is usually dickhead.
Dickhead.
Whatever, dickhead.
Yeah, you
You
do
know?
say that a lot. I get called that a lot by you. So does Eric. I was thinking along the same lines, Jay, and the note I have is suck my dick, asshole.
Could have easily been that.
Could have easily been that. And it would have been reactionary. All it was reactionary. He was pushed and pushed and pushed by this guy to the point that I know I've said 1,000 times, the thought of a gay guy has honestly never even crossed my mind.
Yeah, you don't even connect the word to
I don't. Seriously. It's like, shut up, faggot. Like, I'm not thinking of a gay guy. I'm thinking like, shut up, dickhead. Shut up, asshole. It's the same thing. I know that's not going to make those groups any happier.
No, it's not.
But guess what? You're not going to get an apology out of me. Sorry. If you, and Jay and I were talking about this yesterday, we should make this clear right now. If you ever hear me making an apology on some level like that, there's a gun to my head, and it's for job reasons only.
Yeah, the YouTube feed will go black,
Yeah.
And Mike will keep talking, and he'll be apologizing, and then it'll go back up.
Yeah.
You know, and then he'll continue with the show. There will be literally a gun to his head.
There will be. Good Lord. Now, the other problem I have with this, how quick we are to throw racist, sexist, homophobic around. I think the way this Jonah Hill thing has gone down, you said it correctly about you would have thought he said the N-word.
Mm-hmm.
That he either beat up a gay guy or he was out just throwing the N-word around. And I think I think it's insulting to the N-word. To put it on the same level, that's truly a nasty, nasty word. There's no debate about it. You couldn't have the conversation I just did about the N-word, right? There's no way around it. It is what it is. That word is meant to deliver it's only in the hate context for the most part that people would be hurling that. So, but there truly are racists out there. And I think by throwing everybody in that pile so quickly and just accusing people of being a racist or
being on that
homophobe
same level.
On that same level is insulting. And the reason I bring it up is because today stories like this one come out, like in Mississippi, where you've got a cotton facility and you've got a supervisor who's an absolute monster of a racist. And he's got black employees working for him. And you won't believe some of the shit that this guy is saying and how he kept a job there, or these guys didn't kill him. I don't know. But, like, I mean, this is 2014 in Tennessee. Did I say Mississippi?
Yeah.
Tennessee, I'm sorry. Utonia Harris, who worked at the Atkinson Cotton Warehouse, is the guy. He's the guy that used his phone to record his supervisor after feeling discriminated against. Harris at one point in the audio asks if he can use a microwave. Hell no, the supervisor says. When he asks why, he says because you're not white. Yeah. I mean, drinking fountains. No, white guys drinking fountains. We're that level. We've got audio here. You wanna play some of that, Timko?
This guy apparently appeared with Marty McFly in the DeLorean from 1952 or something.
Yeah. Incredible.
Fuck, man.
Hope
I need to put a sign here that says white people only.
Need to put a sign here.
Yeah. You see this white canister, don't you? Huh?
Oh, white people only.
White people only. You know, I ain't kidding you. When I grew up, and this is a true story now, we used to go to the show, and we had a white entrance and a black entrance. The black people had to go upstairs and sit in the balcony. When you went to the doctor, you go into the office, you had a white waiting room that you had to go in another door, and a black waiting room you had to go another. That's the way it was. That was back in the 60s. I ain't lying. That's the way it was like that. Mississippi was bad back in the 60s.
The church that I go to, the Baptist church, they built the balcony just for the black people.
Well, see, in baseball, black
This church been right. That's crazy, man.
Now, in baseball,
That's the way it was, man.
Don't live in white neighborhoods, and black people don't go to church. You get black church and you got white church. That's never changed in baseball. When I used to go to the doctor, we'd sit there, there'd be a wall between the white waiting room, and you could see over there.
Yeah.
The white waiting room and the black waiting room.
Can you understand it at all? Yeah.
But back then, nobody thought anything about it. Now, you know, everybody is made it to where, it's not being bad, though.
That's bad.
I didn't have any no black.
So you from South Dakota?
You don't see them in the way, they don't get on the lower plane to get over there.
Well, then put your sign on the wall then, because I'm finna drink it. What they do when they catch me drinking your water?
That's where we hang it.
That's when we hang
I
you.
can't remember that, but it happened while I was growing up, but I can't remember that. You know, when they killed those two white, it was two white kids and a black kid that was, you know, they were, I don't know what they were doing, but hell. They killed them, so
They was going to college or something, right? Are they going down there to go to college or something?
No, I don't think they were going down there to go to college. They were going down there with a protest or something, and they killed.
They killed
They
him.
killed those two whites and that black, and they buried their ass.
They ain't supposed to be together.
Nah.
So this guy ends up getting told he needs to think like a white man. You need to think like a white man. This guy, they filed a complaint with the Federal Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in January, saying there was discrimination. Goes on real quickly to, I guess this occurred between August and January, and this dude that recorded it was laid off from his job January 21st, filed the complaint 9 days later. In another part of the audio there, the supervisor expresses support for the Jim Crow era between the 1880s and 1960s. Back then, nobody thought nothing about it. Now everybody's made to think it's bad. The owner of the company is stunned by this.
Yeah, he's fucked.
Yeah, but get this, Jay. He is saying that well, yeah, I'm the owner of this, and my name's on the front of the company. The management team is subcontracted. I hired a management team to be brought in, so I'm not going to be held responsible for any of this. I take no blame in any of this. I see what he's doing there. It's a nice move, but I don't think that's going to get you off the hook, would it?
Could.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Probably not. The EEOC is usually just it's an administrative step before a lawsuit. So whatever happens out of there, it's a big thing because there's an audio tape.
Yeah.
But, you know, they'll probably go through with, you know, just some basic stuff, try to gain some discovery from the company, and then try to settle it.
Yeah.
And if not, this dude will sue, and it'll become a real lawsuit. Then it'll really get going. But
well,
this is, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because there's the audio, and clearly this is one where, like I think I've told you, you know, if there's ever a lawyer who says, oh, I've won every case I have, they're full of shit, because a lot of times it's like walking up to a chessboard that's half played. You know, and you're given the facts already, and then you have to deal with them. So whatever lawyer is going to take this is going to walk up to this and go, you got to settle this, dude.
Yeah, you're looking at it.
Did I just hear that tape? You know, you got to settle this.
Yeah,
so.
I've got my queen left, and you've lost everything else.
Yeah,
or the king left. Yeah, it sounds like a
fucker, man.
I just can't believe that goes on. But don't you think that by so quick to tag everybody a racist, when real racism like that is going on, I don't think it does it justice. I don't think it's fair to.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, waters it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy who cried wolf kind of thing.
Totally. Boy who cried wolf is a great example. It just takes it and it's like, oh yeah, another racist.
Right.
Oh, another racist.
When in fact there are issues, you know, that need to be given real serious thought and concern
and discussion. And if the concern is every time you have those discussions, you can be labeled a racist on top of it for even having the discussion, you're not really true and open to dialogue about things. And I think the fact is we've come a hell of a long way since the 50s and 60s to where we are today. And I don't think enough credit is given even to that. Is it perfect? Far from. But I think there have been remarkable advances for the gay community, the African American community, and I don't think there's ever been more labeling and throwing those swords around at people and accusations around at people as there are today. And I think it waters down the cases of actual stuff that's going on out there. So I don't know. Have you seen the Obama video today?
Man, I did. I was very impressed by his workout.
He's not an athlete. You know,
doesn't look like it after that. I thought he was Mr. Basketball guy or something. But you watch this dude pumping iron with his 5-pound dumbbells. Holy shit, man!
That just looks so bad.
It did look really bad. And it's weird though. The weird part of the story. Number one, he's in Poland, right? He's doing whatever out in Poland.
He's at a 5-star Marriott.
Yeah. But he's at a hotel and he wants to go down to the gym and work out, and the Secret Service doesn't clear the gym. They just let the people who are already there continue, which is cool, interesting, but whatever. So some of these guys or at least one of them starts filming him,
which we've seen before with Clinton jogging. Remember him going into the McDonald's and all that.
But it's just funny because here he is, you know, real life doing his workout. And it's
Yeah.
just funny to see what he does.
How is this not with Secret Service? Those guys seem like you can't blink around the president without drawing their attention, and they're there, no doubt about it. But this guy's filming. There's the president yawning, and
Look at that.
this
I
looks
love
like a
that move.
joke. It
Yeah.
looks like a parody bit.
He's doing walking lunges into a bicep curl.
How many weight was it?
Five pound
That's a
weights?
5-pounder.
Those are
There's
5
no
pound
question.
dumbbells.
Those are 5-pound dumbbells.
It just looks girly
Yeah.
and weak and uncoordinated. It just looks bad.
It was a bad look.
And he only did it, what was it, like 30 minutes? They said he only worked out for, what, 30 minutes? Like, that's not
I would
that
think
much.
you would have to know, A, that you're being recorded. And if you guys are sitting there and you don't know you're being recorded, your Secret Service isn't doing their jobs.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
If some regular Joe is
Some
able to
Polak.
some Polak's able to record you for 30 minutes right in
Literally
your
a
face.
Polak. No, but this dude, yeah, he's just doing this over his shoulder at this point. Now Obama's on an elliptical,
Yeah.
and the filmer is either walking on a treadmill
Yeah.
or on an elliptical himself, and he's just going over his shoulder.
Yep. You
And-
can tell because of the shaky
Yeah.
video.
Yeah,
Um,
but yeah, he looks like a total weenus, doesn't he?
yes.
He's
he
sort of
does.
doing like he's doing some cardio, but also sort of boot camp style stuff with his with his 5-pound dumbbells. I
And
love
those
it.
5-pound dumbbells. I would just think being around other humans, you would automatically go, oh, God, give me the 30-pounders just so I
Or
look
just-
like
or
a
just
man.
not use
But
them.
I love this scene right here where he's looking like to
Yeah.
find just the right
Yeah,
dumbbell. He's
Sure,
kind
I
of
won't.
he's leaned over, kind of looking at him. With there's a 30, 25.
Give me
I'll
the
take the
fives.
fives.
I'll take the 5 and a 1 and a 2
And first a
three.
big yawn.
Yeah.
This is great right there.
The faces he's making.
The walking lunge bicep curl to the
Really
shoulder
in that-
press.
And then what's that one? The lat. Is
Yeah,
that the
it's a lateral.
lat?
Girl thing?
Yes, that's a girl weight. They should be pink. Those weights should
Yeah.
be pink.
Pink or light blue.
Yeah. The funny thing is that, like you were saying, I think a lot of people think that he's a good basketball player.
He's sort of let that kind of be the narrative, right?
And he still talks today when you see him give interviews
I love
anytime
basketball.
basketball. Yeah, me and the guys, because he's got guys that played at Duke
Yeah.
in his administration.
Yeah.
So it's like some Division I guys went out back and playing hoops earlier, and I got an elbow in the face and all that. So it makes it sound like he's playing with these ex-Division I ballers, and either
Yeah,
they're
just
letting him like.
Just looking at that's not That's
Do you
not
remember
a
the
good look.
Do you remember the video of him out on the court? I don't know if you guys ever saw this. He's on the court taking shots, and people are crowded around as always around him, and they're filming same type of thing. And he bricks like 30 in a row. He doesn't make a single basket in like literally 25, 30 shots.
Probably has his pants pulled up real high with
Yeah.
his shirt tucked in and everything.
Yeah, it's like this guy is really pressing the whole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm a baller.
You ever seen him golf? I've seen just still pictures of him on the golf course with his pleated pants and everything, but
Yeah.
I've never seen him actually swing.
See if you-
Eric, have you?
See, can you find that video of? Is that him bricking?
Yeah. It's a kind of the first one, but then
Yeah.
Dunk. And dunk.
Can tell he's really proud of his form, though.
Oh,
He
yeah.
sort of does the extra second, like, yeah, check out how my wrist broke
Right,
there.
holding the
I
hand
broke
up.
my wrist.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Getting it up over my head. Nice release point.
Yeah.
Yeah, this goes for 5 minutes. He misses every shot.
Ouch.
Ooh, they're not even. Some of them aren't even.
No,
good.
there's some air balls, and they're just bad bricks. It's bad. Not good.
I think just because he's not a fat guy, he kind of gets the label of athletic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's
No
always-
doubt about it.
And Eric says, and he's black.
And he's black. You're right. Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
I think we all do. And speaking of Obama, he is giving talks out there too, and making comment about this whole Bergdahl thing,
Mhm.
and absolutely will not apologize
He's
for
digging
that.
in.
Yeah, he is digging in and holding his ground. The Taliban is also commenting now about the release of Bergdahl, and they've got an article that's going to be the new Time magazine. It's a cover story on Bergdahl and the release, and was it worth 5 to 1? And one of the Taliban leaders speaking out to Time is quoted as saying, "It's better to kidnap one person like Bergdahl than kidnapping hundreds of useless people. It has encouraged our people Now everybody will work hard to capture such an important bird.
Jeez. Of course.
It's exactly what we were saying would happen. Why wouldn't it? Now, in fairness, it's not like there's many American soldiers just strolling around on their own
Right.
waiting to be picked off.
Right.
The fact is, it's not easy to capture one of our boys. So,
He walked into their camp.
yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
Yeah. No, I don't even think it's alleged anymore. He
Yeah.
walked in and there was
Slithered in.
there were even reports I was seeing like they were trying to he was walking around in their little town there and they were like trying to push him away like, dude, this isn't where you want to be, like, get out of here, and he wouldn't leave, like wanting to be kidnapped. I don't know why you would do that, but
I don't know. Watch the dad. I'm just saying.
Slender Man. Should we get into Slender Man real quick?
A little bit. Does everybody know 12-year-old girls? They teamed
Yeah.
up and tried to take out a third little girl, all in the name of Slender Man. They were going to slice her up and kill her. And Slender Man, this mythical horror figure that they found on some website, was supposed to
Creepypasta?
was supposed to then look fondly on them, right?
Yeah, and they could go move into his mansion in the Wisconsin woods or
Mm-hmm.
somewhere like that. What do you think, by the way, personally? Do you have any opinion on whether or not these girls at 12 years old should be tried as adults, or if they should be in the children's justice system?
I guess you'd have to know a little bit more about them. It sounds like from these stories today that this just was blindside. You know, there's no prior history of anything that would indicate
Yeah,
anything. I don't know.
And-
I think you got to be careful with that.
yeah.
And so I think you'd have to look at each individual and delve into their history and what their views are. And
Well, it's the story. It's the question I was asking you the day we first saw this, where it's like,
how can
is
you not
it
know?
possible to not know? Because you've got kids around that age, and is it possible that you would be so out of touch with something that they would be so into, and you thought like I did, like no, But reading more and more and hearing from these families and the neighbors, you're not getting conflicting reports from neighborhood people that are going, oh yeah, there was always something off about
Mhm.
them or the parents or the kids, or they ran amok in the neighborhood or in school. From school officials, they're saying no, these girls were model girls. They were friends, they were friendly, they didn't get into trouble, they were the neighbors, the ones that will even talk to the media because the family asked them politely not to, and most of them are respecting that, which should tell you something.
Yeah.
People that babysat one of the girls is like, are you kidding me? She was more likely to break up altercations and stick up for people than hurt people. Not a mean bone in her body. So it really does, and maybe I'm naive reading some of this stuff, but it really does seem to have come out of literal left field. Is that possible?
Gosh, I have a hard time believing that.
I hope not.
Yeah,
I almost hope
know,
that there is
right.
something, because that's really scary
Tell me
for
there was
parents.
a sign, right?
Yeah. They're very nice. I can't say anything bad about them. I just feel sorry for the parents. I just don't know how they can handle this. It's just unbelievable. Anyone who knows them knows they are good people, normal middle-class family. Just goes to show no matter how hard you try to instill good morals, good values, things can still go wrong. I don't know, man. But there is another side to this with the whole trying them as adults. And there's no doubt that there is, and I'm sorry to do this to you, Jay, but there's science involved that talks about the development of preteen heads
Mm-hmm.
and brains. And is it fair? Are they able at that age to comprehend consequences? My initial reaction is, fuck it. You're able to stab your friend 19 times. You can go away for 65 years. Goodbye. But I know, I can tell you, I don't remember much of growing up as a little kid, but I can tell you this: I sure as shit did not understand consequence. No way.
And not to that level. To have any grasp of
No.
being incarcerated and what that would involve, and
Yeah.
how awful and how long that can be. Like only until recently in my life did I realize, like, wow, life is really long. You know what I mean? Like you're just kind of going through it, and as a young guy, you're just like, yeah, every kind of day and week, seems like, and now years are just clicking by, and you had no sense of time when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't appreciate how long and like several years of incarceration could be or what that could entail.
Yeah.
But but you do know right from wrong for sure when you're 12. You know it's wrong to stab your friend.
Yeah.
You really do.
And they had trouble with it. You do it. Oh, no. And then going back and forth.
Especially when you hear what a great family they came from, right?
Yeah.
They clearly knew it was wrong.
Yeah, they did know it was wrong. But
and if you're raised in a good family, that by definition means that you know consequences, that you have been disciplined. But
should they be put away till they're 80?
I know. It's
like
tough.
it is weird to say that, but I actually don't know if I think so. Till 80 or 90 or life.
Yeah, and like Mike said, there's very likely one of them was the driver, right?
For sure.
And then the other one's just like, holy shit, how did I, I want to go home and see my mommy.
Yep. Well, that's just usually the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Usually that's the way. There's one overwhelming leader, and then there's one follower that's just a weak kid, like a lot of kids are, and gets caught up in something, and oh my God, I can't believe we're doing this. Oh my God, what are we doing? And then here you are. It's just, it's a tough question, and my initial response is no, put them away and throw away the key. Like, you don't need that in society ever. At that age, you know right from wrong. You do. You know the difference in life and death, and you know what you shouldn't do and what you should. And so I have no sympathy for him, but the more you think about it, it's like...
And does the fact that they're girls matter?
No.
Does it play at all into it? I think it does a little bit for me.
Yeah,
a little bit for me. I don't know why.
Well, I know there are a lot of people that are really surprised. Like, even more surprising is that it's girls. That's definitely a story you would see reserved for boys,
right?
White boys at that.
Of course,
it's not a black boy's crime. Stabbing your friend 19 times is not a black boy's crime. That is a white person's crime.
You're right.
We'll own that.
We'll own that. We'll own that one. We'll take it. We admit.
There aren't many black serial killers. That's a creepy white guy thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why that is. I don't know what it is about us.
How about the DC shooter? Remember that guy?
Yeah, there are exceptions.
He was
one of the rare ones.
Only ones I can think of.
Yeah, I know that's the go-to one.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything more in the
Slender Man thing?
Slender Man.
I saw an article where the guy who created it is really remorseful and really.
Do you think he is? Eric Knudsen. Yeah, here it is, right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just said, look, I feel for the family and deeply saddened.
Deeply saddened. Everyone's deeply sorry, deeply saddened. Yeah, I bet it's got to be overwhelming for him to have something like this go on, and all of a sudden.
At the same time, if you're writing for a kid's website and putting ghoulish characters out there and creepy stuff, I guess it's not beyond the pale that somebody would take it to an extreme and.
Yeah,
it's definitely not like the cause that you would think would occur, but
you wouldn't think it'd go to that length.
But it's not level. Like you're manufacturing lollipops here. You're inventing ghoulish characters that kill people and are the boogeyman.
Yeah, and he did. They do, by the way. The family is talking about what a little fighter she is, and she's been upgraded to fair condition, and sounds like the girl's going to be great. Or not great. She's going to be scarred for life for sure, but she's very lucky. That's for damn sure. But they did set up they launched an online fundraising campaign to help cover medical and legal expenses, and they've asked people to help them supporters. They want them to. It's kind of just ask for the money. You don't need people making hearts and cutting them out and all this stuff. But they've asked people to make hearts cut from paper, fabric, and felted wool that are purple in color and infused with prayers, love, and light. The hearts will blanket the walls of the girl's room to remind her the power of love is greater than all else. Yeah, but
I agree. Just send the money.
Just send the. Don't make me get scissors. Your kid was just stabbed 19 times. How about we don't have a bunch of people with scissors?
These are parents who definitely would have made a memorial had she been dead there. There would have been soaking wet teddy bears hanging from trees near the killing site.
They're gonna walk into the room and look at all these hearts like.
There'd have been like a Care Bear that
Yeah.
once was blue. It'd all be faded and
Yeah.
nasty and dirty, and
Gross.
dye ran off it. But
Stink.
what a great memorial to little Susie.
Yep.
Fuck, hate that shit.
I agree with you. They have raised $6,000 at this point. I imagine now that story's getting some national attention, that will go much higher. And we could put a link to it on our
What's
site
the
as
money
well.
for?
Medical expenses and to buy her new
Coco's
car.
not dead, right? She's not... I forgot.
You forgot that she wasn't dead.
I forgot. I hate to say this, but I forgot she wasn't dead. And in my mind, I was like, what's the money for the funeral? How much
What
is
was
the
Jay's
funeral?
reference about? What if she had died? Would there be a memorial for? What was that all about, Eric? I don't know.
Dude, you don't even know. Up here, I don't pay half attention to what's been going on here. It's just on my Facebook.
I just spoke in the third person, by the way.
Nice.
Oh, you did. What an
Nice.
He's
I
good.
was because there's another Jay in the room, so I was
I could have played it off as Timko's comment.
yeah, I was actually giving the credit to Timko because I thought there's no way you're gonna make a third person.
Make a third person remark. That's ridiculous.
It went right over me. I just assumed
Yeah.
it was Timko.
Nobody's listening to me
He's
today.
getting upset.
Nobody.
By the way, these shootings and stabbings, people got to knock this shit off. They're really gonna get mad at us
Too
with
many of
guns.
these stories, yeah.
There's another one right now in Seattle that will probably seem really old and dated by the time you hear this. But at the moment of record, while we're doing this show, the story is unfolding in Seattle, where another maniac or two, it sounds like two, they've caught one.
Sure, they're white guys.
Oh, yeah, of course. In Seattle,
Yeah.
yeah. Seattle and the fact that they're shooting up multiple people, yeah, white guys. But one of them apparently is still out there, and but 3 confirmed dead. Now, I say that knowing that they can say 3 confirmed dead 1 minute and then 10 minutes later say 1 confirmed dead. So the news is not credible at all. I understand that. But last I heard 3 confirmed dead, and they think many more possibly. So, yeah, it seems like a daily occurrence.
I was telling you that as I walked in today, and we're looking at stories, and I said, man, before I did this, before I started doing this cast with you,
Yeah.
I just didn't appreciate how much of this garbage was happening on a daily basis. It is nonstop.
It is.
I mean, we could talk for 5 hours every night about
Yep.
crazy stories. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, you were that hit you like that when Eric came up and was talking about another TOEIC, another Teacher of the Year candidate, someone, and you were like, oh no, that was the guy yesterday. He's like, no, another one.
Yeah.
And you're like, Jesus Christ, like, how do you keep up with all this?
Yeah.
And then he just said
It's
the
every
other
day.
What did you say the other day too about the idea of how stories like how there's just like the Donald Sterling goes?
Yeah, how
and
one
then-
one is on fire, and then boom, one fills it in. You know, the
Yeah.
Bergdahl thing just took the legs out of Sterling.
And then I said to him, think about that though. When he was still here, we were still referencing the Malaysia flight.
Yeah.
And now that's
Yeah.
not found. And there's been 2 major things.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe more than that.
More
since then.
Slender Man,
The shootings, the other shootings.
Yeah.
So it's just. It's
I'll
crazy.
mention the Virgin Whore.
the Virgin Whore. Yeah, that was like your first day or first week.
Yeah.
It's
But
just funny how that does go.
yeah, I
incredible.
always think about when we have those major colossal like OJ, the OJ trial, when that first erupts that June in 95 or whatever it was, and 9/11. And I you know that day in the newspaper there were a lot of people in really fucked up spots who were front page stories
Yeah.
who
Oh,
got
yeah.
absolutely what? OJ did what?
Right.
I'm not gonna be on the front page.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit that I did what? Like all of a sudden they're forgotten people. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
It brings perspective to everything, and like especially 9/11.
Oh,
And-
what a great! You're right. If you're one of those people, you
Yeah.
knew you were going to be in the front.
You're the
page.
guy that's been going,
Oh.
look at my dick, look at my dick, look at my dick, to little girls all over your neighborhood, and you
Honest.
know that your story's breaking the next morning, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
2 fucking extremists did what? They
Right.
flew into what?
You're like hell yeah.
Hell yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of a
Like,
sudden, look
yeah.
at my dick doesn't
Yeah.
mean shit anymore.
Yeah, I've been pooping on slides in Ypsilanti, but it doesn't matter.
OJ killed some motherfuckers and got me off the hook.
And by the time it's just done. Especially like you said, September 11th. it's something like that, you're done.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be 3 months later. Oh,
Yeah,
by the way,
it's just
remember?
wiped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't
Free
happen.
pass, dude.
Well, that's what makes me wonder when you hear stories about, say, a Donald Sterling, where they're like, how could he have not have been disciplined before? Well, let's track it back and see what the story. Maybe there was a story like that just wiped it out. you
yeah,
know?
there could be.
Some
Especially-
election. Maybe it was election time or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just didn't hit the
Yeah.
right time where people wanted to plug into it.
Yeah, and you never know what's going to catch. Like when you think of, we're going to Michigan and Washington. Like that dude was everywhere.
Howard Dean.
Howard Dean. It blew him out. He was done.
Mhm.
Career ender for going,
No.
wow.
No.
He was just a little overexcited and animated. It wiped his career out. Like the power of that.
Yeah.
He would have like praised 9/11. Like, please, can someone fly a jet into a fucking building and get me off the hook here? Please. God.
Ah!
And then there's too many of these stories too. Boko Haram. These guys are driving me nuts, man. Why can't we find these dudes, these militant assholes halfway around the world who kidnapped the 300 girls? What happened to 300 girls, by the way? Weren't there like talks and
Good luck. It was in the hands of Good Luck Jonathan.
don't?
Who I know you have great faith in him.
I do. I'm still holding out faith. I know
I
you guys.
have
People
to-
are
I
losing
have to
faith
tell
in
you.
my man.
Yeah. I'm on that side of things, I think. I'm starting to wonder, Mike.
It hurts me to hear you say that, Jay. It really does. I'm sorry.
What a slap in your face!
I think
Walter.
It is.
that story started when I started here. I mean,
That is
it's
his
been a while,
biggest-
dude.
I just got to
How
ask
dare
why.
you.
Why would you take such shots at Good Luck Jonathan? You know he means well. It's in his name. It's in his nature.
I'm not questioning that,
What a
Mike. I'm
cynic.
questioning his competency. He
He's
claimed
the president.
he claimed he knew where the chicks were, right? And
Yeah.
he was in the midst of negotiations. That was 10 days ago. Come on, Good Luck.
Well, there's things we don't know about. It's complicated. I mean, he's the president. Give Good Luck a break here. And it's not like Boko Haram's making things any easier.
No, they're not.
They pulled another
Assholes.
one. They are the biggest assholes. These guys are almost worse than any of these terrorist groups. It's so hard for me to comprehend rounding up a bunch of people and just slaughtering them.
Hmm.
Like, who does that? And then gets away with it to do it again next week. Like, they've now gone to another village.
And they're tricky about it, right?
Yeah, they did the same thing.
Yeah, they act
Got
like they're the
fooled again.
local authorities.
Yeah, they've got this down to a science
Mhm.
where they know, oh, the military drives these Toyota. It just seems
Of course
weird.
they do.
They
Just like
drive-
the Taliban.
They're all driving these shit Toyota pickup trucks. And
It's
So-
weird, isn't it?
it's so weird. You think of police vehicles and tanks in
Yeah.
those third world countries, and
Cats
these
are
guys-
flying around with big turbans on in the beds of Toyota
there's
trucks.
15 of them with semi-automatics and automatic weaponry just hanging off, just bouncing. It's all shit roads. How do they not bounce right out of the back end of that shit?
And they're not even
Toyota?
like near camouflage colored. They're silver or red or whatever.
No, their uniforms never match. They got there's no unity at all. It's
Like the pickup that pulled up to let Bergdahl out at
Yeah.
the Black Hawk helicopter. If you pull that video, it's like a bright silver truck with red with like red
Bondo.
highlights. It's just bizarre, like bright red out in
Yeah.
the desert. Okay, that
and
works.
they want to be taken as a real like we should
Military
be
unit, like a real
unit.
yeah.
It's like you don't even have matching uniforms. And look at your truck. It's a joke.
You're a mess.
There's not even camo on it.
Mm-mm.
I mean, half you guys are wearing tennis shoes or barefoot. Like, what's going? There's no unity at all. Your bandanas don't even match. This guy's got a checkered one on. This guy's got a red one on. Like, what is going on here? You guys, you just look half-assed. You look like the Bad News Bears, and you want respect. You want to be taken as for real. Look at that.
Timco just pulled up a picture of a truck bed, Toyota,
Look at that ragtag bunch.
with a bunch of ragtag dudes. They're AK-47s.
One guy's wearing a bed sheet. The other guy's wearing like a blue thing. One
a
guy's
mess.
wearing one guy's just always random. You'll just see like a Steelers jersey on someone. It's like, where did this come from? It'd be like the Bills Super Bowl championship. It's like the Bills never won a Super Bowl.
That's what happens with all those shirts.
I
They
know.
send them overseas. I
Yeah,
love it.
Boko Haram gets a new outfit. The Bills, they've won 4 Super Bowls in a row.
I do always
Allah
wonder
Akbar.
about that. I
Yeah.
God love
always
the
wonder.
Bills. I didn't ever think we'd see since the Vikings of the 70s. We'd see another team like them. And then we get these Bills.
They're incredible.
These Bills are amazing. Jim Kelly again, 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Marv
Allah
Levy.
Akbar. Allah Akbar.
I always remember when I was 16 and I started working. One of my first jobs was a restaurant, and like there were a lot of Mexican cooks at the restaurant, and he had like a Michigan hat on. I'm like, oh, go blue, and the guy doesn't say anything, and then one of the other waiters just leaned over, like, dude, they don't know what they're wearing. They just get it $1 a minute at the gas station. But like the young 16-year-old, I was like,
Go blue, So yeah, well, we're talking about these guys have the same Toyota truck as the actual military. So these guys had been calling this village of like 1,000 people. We're like, yeah, we're hearing reports that these militant assholes are coming to kill us. Can we get some backup? Can we get some police? They get ignored, and then all of a sudden these trucks show up that did the same thing what they did with the girls. Yeah, we're here to save you before the bad guys get here. And they're like, oh, thank God. And so they round them all up in the center town square there, like, yeah, here we are, all to save you. Once they get them all in a circle, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, and then just open fire and just
word out yet? Don't they realize? I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but don't they
think
get
about
it?
that though. Just open fire,
Ugh.
and just minutes on end until the last person is down.
God.
Just slaughter them all.
Ugh.
What is that about? And then take off. And like this is like every week for a month now. These guys have been doing this. 200 people here, 50 boys here, 300 girls, 1,000 people, and it's the same group. Why can't we just like?
You don't want to go over the head of Good Luck Jonathan, do you?
I-
Is that what you're suggesting?
No, I'm not. I'm
you
not.
almost did.
I think we need to.
I should have let you go with that. You almost
You
did.
should have. You should have.
Why can't we just?
No. Why can't we?
You,
What I
you
was
were doing
gonna
the thing with your
say.
hand, like bringing a freaking air raid. Like,
Boom! Boom! No, what I was going to say, Jay,
Mm.
was why can't we just go over there and work with Good Luck Jonathan to bring this guy to justice? Boom! That's what we need to do, is get Good Luck. He needs to know that we're on
Mhm.
Good Luck's side and work with him. Clearly he needs help. Maybe he's got some incompetent people around him. I don't know, but I want to help him in any way we can. He deserves at least that. Good Luck does. Thank you. Well, why don't we take a quick break and we'll come back. It did mention a TOEIC. We should probably do the TOEIC.
There's a pretty good one.
Yeah, there is a pretty good one, and interesting development on Wheel of Fortune as well. And we should take a look at that. And among other things, the Super Bowl got a new logo as well. I don't know if you saw
I
that.
did.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different for sure. First time in 50 Super Bowls. So we'll get into all that next on the Detroit Cast.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. What happened over there? Yeah, boy.
You're fucking with my headphones.
You guys are both fucking with the show.
Just about blew out my eardrum.
Why can't control mine
We're both
now?
fucking with your show. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I have no control over my headphones.
Ah,
Turn them down. Why can't you turn them down?
ah,
Does that still get to you?
dude. All right, talk real quick.
How all of a sudden do you guys
All
not
right,
know
we're
how to
good.
do the volume over there?
Let me do
Is
something.
it
Let me turn it on. and off.
Oh, Eric.
Something happened to it, man.
something happened to it? Something happened to it. Is it working? Eric!
Fuck!
Sorry.
I don't know why is it doing that.
Did I yell and do that, or did he turn it up?
Fuck me, man.
You guys are incredible. This is a comedy troupe over here.
Why is your thing all of a sudden is being controlled to mine? Or mine.
This is what breaks are for, Eric. This is what breaks are for.
I didn't know it was.
Yeah, let's come back from a break and dick with
It
us.
makes no sense, dude. All of a sudden mine is over here.
Perfect.
And yours
Well
is
done.
Over here.
Is it working?
Yes, now it is.
All right.
But
Welcome
I
back to
was
the
just-
Detroit Cast. You don't need to explain it. No one
Okay.
cares.
Hey, that's mine. This is yours.
Oh my god.
Son of a bitch. All right.
Okay.
Are we ready, kids? Is class back in
Yes,
session?
Mr. Walters.
Yeah.
Mr. Webster.
You're gonna turn me into Lakes Minivan USA. If I could slit your throat, Eric. I'm gonna blame Eric. I don't know why, but I just feel like Eric did something. I don't know if that's fair or
I
not.
did not even touch anything.
Very fair.
But while
Oh, never mind.
while we were in break, we were the story we were talking about earlier with the cotton factory down in Tennessee. We have a number for one of the guys in the complaint, and who knows if he'll answer or talk to us. It's the Mario Mangrum guy. So why don't we blow in a call and see if we can get one of these dudes to talk? I think if nothing more, they sound hilarious.
Yeah.
That whole Tennessee sound, how you doing? So well, we'll give it a shot.
We're sorry.
Ooh,
Oh.
DQ. Already DQ'd.
I already shut it down. That's his number.
And there you go. All right.
That was a good call.
Yeah. That's what happens. That's okay.
Call the warehouse.
No, the warehouse. That's all right. They're definitely not going to talk. No way will they talk. Where are the rest of my stories? Where's my shit? Where's my stuff? Am I missing something?
Good
Oh,
break, guys. Good
yeah,
break. Well
this is
done.
going- this is going
well
very
done,
well.
everybody.
No, the finals are on. We just Eric just flipped on the finals, and did you see this story? The hockey is going on as well. We got the Cup finals, and couple things there. You've got L.A. New York
Mhm.
first off, which on paper it sounds interesting, right? Did you see the bet between the mayors?
Oh,
No, I hate those though.
So do I, right? They're
Dumb.
just so stupid. Oh, wear your jersey or whatever. This year's
Coney dogs, you know.
Yeah.
whatever.
this year's tops it for dumbest ever. Where if LA wins, I guess he gets one of the California guy is sending those wheat, those a book on California history and lightly salted rice cakes. Yeah,
What?
I swear to God. And the New York one is sending a basket with like New York things like buffalo sauce and apples. I mean, it's the lamest, softest.
That's
Dumbest.
exactly soft.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that is.
Ooh,
Wow.
what a penalty!
Rice cakes.
Ooh, a bag of rice cakes. Ooh, how stupid. But what I did find interesting is the Stanley Cup tickets, and we were doing that story the other day about if it'd be cheaper to literally fly to LA,
Yeah.
get a hotel room and a pair of tickets to a game than just to go to a game at the Garden
Damn.
in New York. Yeah. Well, this Jersey hockey fan, Kavi Aurora, he goes on StubHub and he's looking for 4 tickets to the finals, Game 6 at Madison Square Garden. He finds 4 tickets for $12 each on
Some
StubHub.
crazy misprint.
Had to have been. He buys them immediately, and StubHub the next morning sends him something saying, yeah, your transaction was canceled because the seller was unable to fill the order. Now, usually when this happens, StubHub will offer customers like comparable seats, similar situations, but obviously there's no comparable. You're not going to find anything for $12 to the Stanley Cup Finals, so they can't do that. But what they did offer him, they offered him just a $300 voucher. I mean, he didn't do anything except he had to know that I'm not really buying 4 tickets for the Cup Finals for $48. Right. That's just asinine. But he still wants his seats. Now, tickets for that are starting at $2,500 a piece. That's what they're actually going for. So do you think he got cheated, or do they owe him tickets? I mean, they gave him a confirmation he won them, and
a guy who fell into a pretty fortuitous spot, and now he's.
Well, StubHub though, man.
Yeah, man.
If it's up there and I bought stuff from StubHub, and whether it looks like it was too good to be, as long as it wasn't something where it said parking passes, if it said on the thing that you bought 2 tickets to a game, I think they kind of do owe them a game.
There's probably small print.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure there is too. But they quickly offered him this $300 voucher, which means they thought, oh, this will make him happy, and it didn't. It didn't. Now, StubHub's a big enough company that they could definitely afford $10,000 and just pay the guy, get him 4 tickets or whatever. But my hope would be that the series is wrapped up in 5 games, so there is no Game 6.
The voucher is perfect then.
Yeah,
sweet,
yeah.
$300.
So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how what they end up doing, if they do anything or if they just blow it off and take it or leave it kind of thing.
So LA won in overtime.
Game 1.
Game 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So come on, LA, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what we're hoping for?
Out of
then?
those 2, I guess I'm rooting for LA.
I normally hate New York.
I do, man. I hate New York.
I do like the hockey. I like the idea of an original 16, or a fan base that I would at least even though I hate New York, and I do usually hate any New York sports team. At least I know they'll treasure it. They'll be more happy with getting a cup than guys in LA. I know that the tickets are sold out, but I don't believe that fan base. It's just not the same as a New York Ranger fan.
It's been since
no
the
doubt.
Messier
94.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And LA, the Kings had a run with Gretzky.
Well, they just won it 2 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah. But whenever I think of California, where did Fedorov go? Did he
Anaheim.
Go? Anaheim.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe that team was called the Mighty Ducks.
I know.
After that freaking Disney. That was unbelievable, man.
Yeah. It
was
so
back in the Teal Pistons days, too.
Yeah.
That was a dark time in sports.
It was rough. But I remember when he went there and when he left Detroit, where everything he did was front page news and was such a big deal, and he thought, oh, the King's going to L.A., a big L.A. guy now. That story, him getting traded there for $50 million or whatever, or signing to go there, was literally like, not only was it not front page of the newspapers in LA and Anaheim, it was like page 8 of the sports section. Like nobody gave a shit. Nobody. It was like, dude, you went from literally the #1 market for hockey in America to a place that couldn't care less. You don't want to be in there. So yeah, I kind of feel like you, Eric. I guess New York, at least that fan base. But I don't know. I guess a good series more than anything would be cool.
Really,
although after the Mayor's bet, I kind of want them both to lose.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl got a new logo we had mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
They're up to Super Bowl 50 coming up, and it's going to be in the new 49ers stadium in Santa Clara there. And it's been bothering me for a couple of years now.
The Roman numerals.
The Roman numerals are getting to a point where I can't figure out what damn Super Bowl it is anymore.
Yeah, it used to be easy when it was like XXV.
Yeah, XXI. As long as you knew the 10, 5, and the 1, you could figure out. But when you start throwing L's in the mix, all of a sudden you're losing me. And so this year, for 1 year, because it's 50, which is the L, they don't want their Super Bowl logo to be like the big fucking loser,
Mhm.
the big L. And
Yeah, it would look totally weird, you know, Super Bowl and then a big L.
L.
It would look strange.
it would. And I think they made the right choice. I mean, that's
to go numeric.
Yeah, to go with the number 50.
Mhm.
And for 1 year they're just going to do the 50, Super Bowl 50, and that's the new logo there with the trophy. And but yeah, that couldn't have been an easy decision, and I guess they've been thinking about this for 10 years since the Super Bowl in Detroit, which was Super Bowl XL, the first time they had to deal with the L. And they liked that one a lot. It worked because extra large,
Yeah.
it that whole thing worked, but just the L by itself, loser,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. So yeah, I don't know. That couldn't have been an easy decision though, because they are steeped in tradition, and the Roman numerals are a big deal in pro football. So
The problems we deal with in America.
yeah, I know.
Boko Haram to you know
Mhm.
numeric 50.
Yeah.
God bless
Well.
America, baby.
Should we talk about a new toy? Now,
course.
which one? I think you guys were talking about a couple different ones. Are you talking about the ones in Queens that had the cute girl?
Yeah.
Is that the one you were referring to? Grover Cleveland. There are a lot of Grover Cleveland high schools.
Yes.
I think there are.
Sort of like Roosevelt.
Yeah. Joy Morrissey, 38 years old, allegedly started having sex with a then 16-year-old student in 2013 June, then started sending illicit photos, explicit photos, and asking him if he was a virgin. The photos, guys, you can't do the photos. It's really hard to get out of those. Come on, toiks. Got to be smarter than that. And then, her husband,
Yeah.
probably not a good idea to have a husband if you're getting mixed up with that, also works at the school.
Nice.
Boy. He told me at the time the rumor was that she was involved with a student nicknamed Animal. I think he was on the softball team. Later I found out she also had a sexual encounter with one of my close friends from the neighborhood. Putting the rumors to rest, he told me that he wasn't the first student to sleep with her, and jokingly said if I wanted to pass, I should try to do the same. So this chick was banging multiple students.
She is allegedly a skank hoe, man.
Awesome.
That's incredible.
She's
But
got a nice
you know how much more classes these kids were attending though because of her?
Oh, would you miss a class? No.
Vastly changed the whole landscape. Their whole educational
Yeah.
outlook.
Even if you weren't tapping that, I would argue that you would still show up to class every day just knowing that she's banging one of the kids
Problem
in
is
here.
she's a gym teacher, so it's not a big deal.
Gonna
Show
be
up
there
to
anyways.
gym.
Yeah. So do we know how many? I feel like I should have known this story better. But do we know how many students she was banging in the end?
Again, they all blend together to me, and
I
I'm
know.
not exactly sure how many she did, but
Yeah.
clearly there's a few.
Clearly there is.
But she would be ranked in the top 25 were we to do that again,
Yeah.
right? Top 30, 40.
Yeah, she's definitely got a nice set on her. She puts out. We know that for sure.
I asked Jay this though. Have you ever noticed how many we've gone through these? And a lot of times, eventually, they do have sex with them. But like a lot of them too, though. Like here they are with a younger guy. I suppose the idea is to have sex with a younger man or something. And a lot of times they end up just giving them blowjobs. Like they don't even really go full intercourse.
Really?
Have you noticed that with some
well-
of them? Or at least it always seems like the first part I always read is, oh, she first started flirting, blah, 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 and then pretty soon she gave him oral sex. And I'm always like, well, if you're going to do it,
Yeah, it doesn't make
Why
much
aren't-
sense.
why aren't you at least getting the penis in the vagina, I guess? I mean, what's the point? For her, what does she get out of giving a kid a blowjob?
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make much sense to do that. But it's kind of what we said with the whole lesbian thing, the whole scissoring thing. It's just like, just kind of rubbing vagines. It's really no
Still don't
insertion. It's digital, perhaps, but
I will.
no offense. Whatever gets you off,
Right.
gets you off. But just
I
it just
still want to know
seems
when
odd.
is sex with a lesbian girl? What is like sex exactly? I mean, their whole thing is just solo in a sense. It's just another person doing the same thing, only going like this. Right, Jay?
All right,
It's
Jay.
just-
Jay
Oh
wants
my
out
God.
away from this conversation. I love it.
Like this, Jay. Like, what's the difference?
Speaking of women,
he is so invested in this right now.
I know.
This is like he's
Well,
got the motions going.
He's getting off at how uncomfortable you are.
I don't understand it. I'm this guy. He
This is your life now, Jay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get over it at some point. Just realize that, oh man, this
Especially
is
if-
what I'm doing now. This is great.
this is who I
if you
sit
had-
next to now.
Especially if you start handing us some paychecks, then you're really.
Oh, then no problem. No problem.
Oh, I can just walk in here with dildos and just
Jeez.
let's get those paychecks coming.
Why does he keep doing that motion? That's
He's. Why does he do any of the things he does? I don't know.
he's so invested in this story right now. Look at him.
Nothing makes him happy.
Oh my gosh, he loves the toy.
No, I just love that him. What doesn't make anything I do makes no sense. I guess.
Is anyone else getting really tired of Michelle Obama,
Oh,
the first lady?
yeah.
Does the first lady always have to be doing something
Damn it.
presidential?
What is her
Like,
position exactly? I don't get it.
she's the first. She puts out for Obama. She puts out for the president,
And?
essentially. I know. Like, do
And
they
she
know that nobody voted for
spearheads
him?
policy that benefits youth and shit.
Great.
I hate
No-
that.
Nobody
And,
asked
and
her
I
to
don't
do
care
that.
if it's her or Bart or Bush or whoever. It
Clinton.
bothers me when Hillary Clinton almost like reconfigured healthcare. Remember
Yeah.
that when she
Oh,
was the
yeah.
first lady? She basically put the groundwork for Obamacare.
She thought she was the president,
Yeah.
like President half or something.
Where do these chicks get off doing
Anything.
this?
Sometimes it seems
I
like
don't
they do
know.
more. They
I
get-
know.
Yeah, because they're
Between
not
the
checked.
world.
They're not checked. All of a
That's
sudden
the
they
thing.
have all this funding for this stuff, and how did they run this through? How
Yeah.
did this get going? Well, I'm the first lady, and this is my initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Great. Nobody voted for you.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna change school lunches like she's doing.
this
you
this
know?
lunch thing is infuriating when you read about it. It really is. I get it. You want kids to be healthy, but you know what? Like, that's not your place. I'm sorry. It just seems so overdone, and I'm tired of reading over and over with these programs. Let's move. Let's blah 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 blah, blah. And all that. Now we're ramming these healthy lunches down kids' throats, and you're starting to read stuff like, well, this school over here is having to hire more trash facilities because the kids are throwing away so much goddamn fruit and vegetables. They've had to bring in more garbage facilities
Oh my
because
god.
the kids are throwing it right in the fucking garbage like we would have done with fruits and vegetables at that age.
Wow.
Like, they don't care about it. And the other thing is, it's very expensive
Mhm.
to make a truly healthy choice for foods, for lunches like that. And these schools can't afford it. Not everybody has private schools that they go to in these programs that are extremely well funded. A lot of these schools can't do it, and they don't know what to do. They're like, hey, bitch, we're on board with that, but you know what? Unless you're paying for it,
Yeah.
we can't make ends meet, and we're having to cut real programs in school.
Real education programs.
Yeah, those are getting sacrificed so
Because
we
we've
can
been mandated to do these healthy lunches.
forced into this
Yeah.
bullshit.
It's always these real idealistic ideas that these first ladies have, and it's just, oh my god, it bugs the shit out of me.
Have they
Because again,
all-
we didn't elect them, man.
No, we didn't, and I don't remember it always being like that. There used to be some grace and respectability in just being proper and being like,
Yeah, I wonder how it went from like the Jackie Kennedy kind of like
Nancy
on
Reagan.
my arm at the ball to going to
Yeah.
really into these initiatives.
I'm a proud woman, strong
Yeah,
woman.
I wonder who started that.
Well, probably Nancy wasn't she really spearheading the say no to drugs whole thing? Wasn't
Yeah.
that Nancy?
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like now that's like a job requirement for
Mhm.
them. Like that's their role
Yeah.
now.
Well, it's when they get in. When they get in, the president gets in, and then it's like, okay, and what will the first lady's
Yeah,
know,
what's her agenda gonna be?
agenda going to be? And
It's
then,
like, well, nobody asked her to do shit.
I guess we need to consider that when we're voting next time.
Yeah, probably.
absolutely.
Probably, because this just goes too far, in my opinion. When you start shoving this shit down everybody's throat, it just goes too far.
If Hillary wins, and then Bill
Oh.
would be the
Yeah.
is
the
Bill
first,
just the
I know,
president
moving
again?
back
first
in.
husband.
Yeah,
Is
it'd
he
be
just the
weird.
president then?
Oh, he'd
Again?
be loving it.
He'd be loving it. He'd be all the ass. He'd be calling up all my old connections, man.
I'm actually
Guess who's back, bitches?
I've actually always said that somebody was always like, it'd be emasculating if you were going to be the first. You know, would you?
Oh,
like
he
your
wouldn't
wife-
care.
I
Oh,
would
he'd love
love it.
Yeah.
I would if I want to if I married a girl and she's like, I want to run for president. I'd be like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll go in and go to all the the events and
Yeah.
fly around on there.
For Bill, that'd be awesome. He gets all the perks and benefits without having the spotlight.
How fast would he be start boning
man,
chicks in the
I'll
White
be-
House again?
He'd be drilling bitches left and right, man.
Right when he got it. That'd be his agenda.
Yeah, my agenda is to get a piece of ass in every, and I do mean every city
Because
I go to in this country. Thank you.
The
God
pressure
bless
would
America.
be so
God
far
bless
off.
America.
It's his wife doing the job, so
Yeah.
then he really didn't have any. I mean, he got ass when he was running the country. If he's not,
My wife is running the country. I'm running my ass off to get some pussies. That's what I'm doing. Hillary, hey, you need the jet tonight? I'm gonna take the jet, and I'm gonna give me some ass tonight.
whatever.
Oh man, that'll be awesome. I want her to win just for that now, just to
okay.
get. No, I don't. Even for all the Bill stories that would come with it, I don't think I could handle that. Well, why don't we kill it for today? Do we have any email? I thought
Yeah,
I
we've
thought
got
there
a
were
couple
some
emails. Let
some
me hit a
decent
couple of
emails.
these.
I want you to listen to me. I've said it before. I did have sex with that woman, Miss Lewinsky.
We have, this is a good one. Susan, we're killing her with our jockey talk. And
Oh, no.
Chrome.
Uh-oh.
Guys, you're fucking killing me with the ignorance you seem to possess about thoroughbred racing. The
Oh, no.
jockey has it all. I think she's referring to those little Muppet guys they put on the back of the
Oh,
horses.
the wee guy.
The little wee guy.
Oh yeah, the guys that
Those 72-pounders.
that they should just staple onto the back of the
Yep,
horse.
they might
yeah.
as well. She
Yeah.
said the entire race, he has to be in a certain political position to not be boxed in, cut off by another jockey, ganged up on, etc. They almost said,
Mm.
she said gang.
Rape.
I couldn't help at that time because he said it.
So she's claiming these little Muppet guys need to have a certain political position, so it matters
Oh.
if they're Republican or Democrat.
Oh, and what if you take the Muppet off? Did the horses not forget how to run?
Yeah, I guess
Because
so.
they didn't run for thousands of years before we stapled those guys onto
If it's
their
all
backs,
about
right?
politics, why even have the horses run then?
She says the horse has to have stamina. She recognized that.
Yeah.
Heart and muscle.
Oh, that's so nice of her to give some credit
But
to
the
the horse.
jockey, in all caps, has to have so much more.
Why?
Like a staple gun, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why would he have to have more stamina?
I don't
mean,
know.
he's
That-
catching a free ride.
This is a confusing email to us, Susan, but thank you.
Yeah. Glad you're listening, I suppose. But
Thanks, Susan.
yeah, I just keep coming back to which would you do better at if we had you run around in a circle? Would you do better with 75 pounds on your back or without? My bet, I'm just guessing, I don't know for sure, but I would venture to say that you would do better without the weight of the wee on your back.
It goes without saying.
Yeah.
All right, here's one from Bill. Today's show was great, guys. Eric was hilarious in the Ask Eric, and Jay laughing hysterically at Minivan USA killing his kids was great, too. A little weird, but great nonetheless. I second the idea for a drunk show, so we're getting support for a drunk show.
Mhm.
I'm sure that would be gold. You know, it would be so loud.
Dude,
you
can
know?
you hear me now?
Oh, my God.
It would be
you guys have never
a
really
mess.
been
It'd be
around
so
me.
fucking loud.
Oh, Walter's
We'd have to
baby.
put him in
Yeah.
the corner and just let him go, you know?
It would be like it's really hard to not step all over each other.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like doing one of these shows. That's like the hardest thing is to and we're all guilty of it at times. Me probably worse than anybody. But stepping on each other is part of the art of doing it. It falls apart amazingly fast when alcohol is thrown in the mix.
Oh,
I can
Like,
imagine.
levels go through the roof, and there's no.
It might be worth a try.
Yeah, oh no, I think it's a given, but
So then he finishes with, Jay, pull some strings and get Eric in that goddamn courtroom. Well, we did that. And then he calls us faggots. So we'll be
Oh,
looking
no.
for a national apology by
Mhm.
Bill tomorrow.
A national
Yeah,
apology.
we'll be looking. He'll be wearing a suit. He'll come right out and say it. Right?
Yep, yep.
He'll follow the Jonah Hill playbook. So
there you go.
So yeah, thanks for the email and keep them coming. We'll keep reading them. I saw a couple came in while we're casting here, but
Is that all of them? I thought I saw a few that were good. No? I mean, that's okay if there's not. We can read them later.
yeah, we'll get to. Oh, AA Ron checks in. but,
Oh no,
Uh-oh.
your nemesis
man,
quickly
AA
becoming-
Ron.
Your arch enemy.
He asked, "Can paralegals have cell phones in the court?"
Oh,
Hey, Aaron is calling me
God,
out, man.
Call
He
you out,
is.
but calling
He
you
is.
out like live as we're going here.
Yeah.
Well, he called you out too, Eric. Eat shit, Eric.
Wow.
But everybody does that.
That's becoming so lame, man. It's like hipster cool, you know? Like people are like, I was telling Eric to eat shit 10 years ago, man.
Yeah, I kind of like eat a bag of dicks
Yeah.
with shit sauce.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
All right. Is that it?
That's good. We'll pick up some more tomorrow or next time.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, let's get out of here. It's getting late, and
Have a wonderful
yeah, it's
weekend.
the weekend. Yeah. Well, we'll do it again first thing Monday morning. Thank you guys as always for listening and spreading the word and letting people know about us. The auction is still going on. We should probably mention that too for the Detroit Cast banner, the Drew and Mike banner, Detroit Cast banner that everybody has signed. And
But here's the best part: you get to come to the Detroit Cast, right?
yeah, because we got to have you sign it. That was signed at the event, and so you haven't signed it yet. So yeah, I threw that out there that if anyone wants to, whoever the highest bidder gets to come by here if they want, and we'll have Jay sign it. And yeah, so get those bids in. It's on eBay, and I think Timko, you got a link right on our site for that, right? Yeah.
On the last post, I'll put it on this one too.
Okay.
I'll put it out there.
Very good. And with that, so go and bid that thing up, and yeah, all the proceeds go to the mighty Detroit Cast, so you can't beat that. So we'll see you Monday. Thanks again for everything, guys, and yeah, have a good weekend.
It's my fault, dude.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.
Listen to that